my video, I will be discussing positive and negative reinforcement. I chose this topic because these concepts are often misunderstood, especially because many people associate the word negative with something bad or punishment. However, both positive and negative reinforcement have the same goal, which is increasing the likelihood that a behavior will happen again. The difference is whether something is added or removed after a behavior occurs. So first off, what even is reinforcement? Reinforcement is a consequence that increases the future likelihood of a behavior occurring. In behavior analysis, reinforcement can be divided into two categories: positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement. Positive and negative do not mean good or bad. Instead, positive means something that is added. Meanwhile, negative means something is removed. Okay, going into more depth we're going to first start off with positive reinforcement. So the definition of positive reinforcement is it occurs when something is added after a behavior, which increases the likelihood that the behavior will happen again. An example of this is a student completes their homework and then the teacher gives them a sticker. Because the student enjoys receiving stickers, they may be more likely to complete their homework in the future. In this example, the homework completion is the behavior. The sticker is the added reinforcer, and the future increase in homework completion shows that the reinforcement occurred. Basically, it shows that the receiving stickers is preferred. Next, we're going to be talking about negative reinforcement. Negative reinforcement occurs when something unpleasant is removed after a behavior, which increases the likelihood that the behavior will happen again. An example of this is a person buckles their seatbelt in a car and the annoying beeping sound stops, which I can admit we all find that sound annoying. Because the sound is removed after the buckling of the seatbelt, the person is more likely to buckle their seatbelt in the future. The goal of negative reinforcement is not to punish someone, but it is to strengthen a behavior by removing something unpleasant. For this example, it is the sound. That is the unpleasant thing. And buckling it up removes the sound. Okay, reinforcement versus punishment. Okay, one reason positive and negative reinforcement can be confusing is that people often mix them up with punishment. The main difference is that reinforcement always increases the behavior. Meanwhile, punishment decreases the behavior. Positive punishment adds something unpleasant to decrease behavior, and negative punishment removes something desirable to decrease behavior. So I have some examples right there. So for the reinforcement, a child cleans room and they get extra screen time on their tablet, or they get to play games or something, and that makes cleaning increase whenever they get that reward. Meanwhile, for punishment, if a child breaks a rule, they lose screen time, which means that they're gonna decrease breaking the rule over time, because them losing the screen time makes them not want to lose their screen time. Okay, in conclusion, understanding the differences between positive and negative reinforcement is important because these strategies are commonly used in behavior analysis. By identifying what consequences increase or decrease behavior, we can create more effective interventions and better understand why these behaviors occur. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. Here are the references if you guys want to look at them yourself, go read through it. Other than that, have a good day, y'all. Bye.